Hey, good morning everyone. Okay, this is Ray the Dashing Womble. Out here in Blue Springs, Missouri today. Just waiting on my wife to come out of the rehab. She'd broken her arm recently, so she's getting all that back together, getting it all fixed up and working properly. Anyway, I'm going to be... I hadn't made any videos this week. I haven't released any. That's what I meant. Yesterday I didn't work rather. I had intended to. I actually took my wife to a local restaurant in Lee's Summit that we quite like. It's a small business, family owned, and just wanted to do a review on that one, but I'm not quite together with that one as of yet because I didn't actually do any video of it. I just did some pictures and well, I wanted to show pictures of the food, but unfortunately I was hungry and the food didn't last very long. Whoops. So anyway, so I've got previews for pictures of that one, so I just got to match them all together and put them in. Yeah, I couldn't believe I did that. But anyway, you do things that's odd at times. Anyway, well, at least I do. Anyway, so I'll put that one as a future one to do. Maybe the next couple of days I'll get it all worked out and done. So anyway, after that, I mean, yesterday here in the Kansas City area, it was a really nice day. Temperature had actually fallen to 66. Oh, it's so much more comfortable to try and drive in, try and deal with. And I actually had to put on long trousers too. That was out of the shorts. Anyway, so that was strange. So I had intended to work thereafter, but we went to a local coffee shop after that, and when we went in there was an old friend of ours that we hadn't seen in many years, and it was great to see her, and it was a surprise, actually quite a surprise to see her. So yeah, and it's, I find that it's funny that the world is it is actually as big as it is. It's actually quite small within reason. The guy that had opened up, it's another small business that I've reviewed not too long ago, actually had mentioned this lady to us, and he didn't actually say her name at the time. He said, "Oh, I had this friend that was born in England, and she lived over here, and then she went over to South Africa to live." And then I went, "Oh, Julian." And he went, and he just couldn't believe it, that was who it was. Anyway, so I guess he finally got her to come out to go see him, and she was there, and that was unexpected to my wife and I, and it was great to see her again. So yesterday I didn't do any dashing at all. I actually switched on everything after that. Sat around and just waited, but it wasn't many orders that were coming in that were decent. We may have just been too early in the evening. Ooh, excuse me. Or it may have been that it's just the usual Tuesday for us in our market. It's not always that busy. So I said, you know what, I took pictures of ones that had declined, which were quite a few, and just said, that's enough. Let's just go home. So anyway, we went round and done a couple of drives around the area and saw some animals and that, and then went home. So that was it. I'm also going to put some pictures on there because when we left the house yesterday, or while I was trying to leave the house, we had some unscrupulous little characters that were around by my brother-in-law's truck that he stores at the house, at our house, and if you like them, I'll put pictures up here. You may like those. But they're unscrupulous weed characters just hanging around. So so I want to put more reviews out as well. I want to do reviews on products. I got this one of a wireless charger that I use for the iPhone. You can turn the charger on and off as well. Only problem is when it gets too hot. But I'll do a review on that another day maybe. Well, you know what? Because I can't do it at the moment because the phone I'm using is the one that plugs into it. But let me, I can't turn the phone around, and many of you who've viewed my videos before probably noticed that I've actually dusted my dash this morning. Yay! Finally, again. I've done it, but I do it fairly often. I've done it fairly often, but it doesn't take long to get dusty again. But this time around, I took a while to get around to cleaning it. Alright, so what I want to do is reviews on the wireless charger for the iPhone, etc. And I've got an iPad one over there, charger. I've also got another iPhone or phone holder here on the vent that I want to do. I want to do the bags again. I know I did a video on the bags before, but I really wasn't sorted on that. I want to also do a video of what I use to do the job in what I think's needed to do the job. I mean, it's not necessarily to do the job properly, but it's stuff that, that's stuff that just helps make it easier. Is one that's for protection as well. I think I did a video on that before. But it's just things I just want to show that we just, I think that we all need. I also want to do one on the maintenance of the vehicles as well. You really do need to keep your maintenance up. That being said, I need to check my tyre pressures. But you need to do that. And it's all stuff that you can do. Just basic checks. It's just easy stuff to do. One thing is make sure that you keep everything clean in the car or the van. I've got a Dodge Grand Caravan that I use. Not the most easiest on the fuel economy, that's for sure, but there's lots of features I like on the van, and it's I'm somewhat sitting up above the traffic a little bit more, so I like it that way. And it's got power rear doors as well on it, but power side doors, so it makes stuff easier to get in and out at times. So it's just a basic vehicle, but it has some features on it that I like. Even got telly screens in the back, but I can't see in the back, so I don't care. But it's got one on the front too. But anyway, I'll do all videos on that at some stage. Also want to do see if I can help anyone here. I've been in the motor trade since I left school back in England in the early 80s, and so I just want to see if I can help you as regards buying vehicles, selling vehicles. I've done plenty of that over the years, albeit most of it was back home in England, but I've worked at a couple of dealerships here. So, it's all relatively the same. Just buying and selling's always the same. So, I'm actually thinking about doing another channel for the motor vehicle stuff, because it'll take away from the dashing. And also, I want to do another do something different each week. I'm trying to do a video every day if I can. And Pedro, if anyone ever watches these videos on YouTube about door dashing, etc., if you've not looked him up, look up Pedro DoorDash Santiago. Very, very nice guy, extremely nice bloke. Something fell on the car. Not sure what that was. Anyway, he will give you lots of tips and tricks and such of doing this, what to do, what not to do. And he does a lot of ride-alongs. I haven't gotten around to doing that as of yet. I need to get another camera to do such a thing. Also, I've got a new t-shirt. Look at that. Look, like and subscribe. See, we've got me down there. Dash and wobble. If I wasn't in the van, it would be a lot easier. Look, dash and wobble. I'll put a picture up of that. May even make those available at some stage. I got this one done at a local shop. I was trying to keep stuff local, small business, etc. I'm all about trying to help small businesses, and I saw this local place that had advertised that were online, and I thought, oh, okay, it's not far away, I'll go get that done. Anyway, can't say I was all that impressed, and then I find out that it's actually a chain run place. I know these places go off and they can be franchises and still be owned by someone local, but to be fair, I didn't like the service there, and it's just not worth me even mentioning their name, because it will still be advertising for them, even if I did mention them and complain about them. But I know I won't be going back, which is unfortunate. But, you know, we just have to try and find somewhere else, and hopefully I'll get a better service. Alright, so yeah, so that's what I want to do. And oh, there's one of the crows coming. There's always crows around this bloody rehab place. Even got a couple of them that work in there, or at least they did. So yeah, and also want to do, as well as the reviews, the motor vehicle maintenance, maybe help with the sales, etc. on your vehicles too, is also want to do some funny things, funny stories, etc. that have had happened along the way. It started, oh, here comes another crow. Oh, crikey. That film The Birds comes to mind now. Alfred Hitchcock, eat your heart out. Anyway, so yeah, do some funny moments. I mean, we've all had some silly moments along the way where we've had surprise, maybe attacks or whatever, animals. The things that people do as well. You know, I've been in, albeit not just food delivery as such, I've been a taxi driver back home in England. I've been a courier where I deliver parcels back in England, and I've been a chauffeur. I had my own chauffeur company, and that was just before I left and came here. Now I was doing pretty well at that, but circumstances changed. I'd met my wife online and came over here and just decided not to go back. And this is a pity, because actually business was pretty good. I built it up pretty well by then. And then it was, the only way it was going was upwards at that time. But that doesn't matter. But there's been funny stories, and I can share some of those from way back when. and share some stuff that's happened with DoorDash, etc. over here. I mean, it's just some crazy moments. You'll either be laughing and crying, or you'll just think I'm crazy. You may already think that anyway, and I'll just confirm it. But yeah, you know, going back to Pedro, do check out Pedro's website, YouTube channel, Pedro DoorDash Santiago. He gives a lot of insight actually into the work. We were lucky, we actually went to the gig conference that he started. But last month, last month in July, he'd done the gig conference over in St. Louis, and we went along. It was a 500-mile round trip, but it was well worth going, that's for sure. We got to meet him, and got to meet Brandon, who's Dashing Grandpa. If you've not heard of Dashing Grandpa, then look up Dashing Grandpa. He's a fella down in Texas, I believe, and he does great. What?
She's ready.
Well, it seems right at that moment, one of the nurses came over to tell me that my wife was ready to leave. Alright, so just carrying on from that video, just saying that Dashing Grandpa is a good one to watch for on YouTube too. Alright, so I've just added all the declined notices on here, all the offers that Grubhub and Uber Eats and certainly DoorDash put our way on Wednesday, so you can see why I didn't take them. Anyway, enjoy those, and I'll have another video up soon. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the videos with your friends. Hopefully we'll have some better content soon. Cheers. Ta-da.